Welcome back and welcome aboard to the journey. Hi, I'm Joyce and I've recently finished watching the Korean drama called Startup. I was intrigued to watch it because it was featured by millennial startups in their post 12 money and business lessons from the Korean drama Startup, and I resolved to watch it and see the lessons for myself. So I did. A little disclaimer here, I'm neither Team Good Boy nor Team Dosan. This video is not about that, but what I want to talk about today are 5 unique lessons from 5 of the characters, namely Han Ji-pyong, Won-in-jae, Nam-do-san, So-dal-mi, and So Chong-myung. The first lesson that I absolutely love is from the character Han Ji-pyong, which is to invest while you are still young. Han Ji-pyong was an orphan, and when he was old enough to leave the orphanage, he received money and he used the money to invest in the stock market even before turning 19 years old. Fast forward, he became a successful venture capitalist and a respected young investor. What I picked up from his success story is not only did he grow his money, but more importantly, he grew his skills. This was portrayed by his instinctive reactions and his different lines in various scenarios in the drama, where he realistically questions every single idea and looks at problems from different angles in different points of view. You could tell that he's developed a sharp eye and developed sharp business instincts. Since he started very young, he also became a seasoned business person early on because he started young. Theoretically, being young gives you more time ahead of you to learn and make failures, of course, but you have more time to grow from those failures, and I think that's what I picked up from the character of Han Ji-pyong. He sees the world differently, he sees problems differently, he sees opportunities differently because he's had more experiences in the past. If Han Ji-pyong were a real person, I'd respect this person big time. Though at times he was portrayed in an almost antagonistic way, especially offending Samsantec people time and time again because of his straightforwardness and his strong choice of words. But later on, he finds the balance between being honest and being kind with his words. Well, for me, the man is simply a rational and a critical thinker, and that is the right standpoint to be as an investor. I absolutely have no problem with him being like that. Second lesson I learned is that intrinsic motivation is very powerful. Many characters were intrinsically motivated, but the character who demonstrated this best for me was definitely Won-in-jae. Before entering Sandbox, Won-in-jae was already an established and a well-known CEO to an equally powerful company, the Nature Morning Group. Since her stepfather was the group's major shareholder, Won-in-jae's credibility as a CEO was always doubted, and people think that what got her to where she isn't her hard work or her competence, but her stepfather's wealth and connections alone. I think if Won-in-jae was just about the money and the power, she wouldn't have quit the company, which she did. So Won-in-jae took the challenge and quit her stepfather's company, started all over from scratch, and started to build her own company. Intrinsic motivation is an inward motivation which isn't driven by external factors such as money, power, reputation, and things like that. I saw that Won-in-jae made the decision to prove herself and her capabilities and to earn her own self-respect, which consequently gained the respect of others as well. As a fan of this character, I just feel that she was so promising in the beginning, but her potential wasn't maximized to the fullest in the story. Or maybe I'm just too interested in her that I wanted more of her. Another interesting character, and probably the most misunderstood one, is Nam-do-san. I honestly did not understand him on many occasions, maybe because of his naive personality, but what I learned from him is that you define your own dream. You define what success means to you. He actually questioned, why do people assume that his dream has to be success? He then said, can't my dream be a person? Char.
욕심 없나? 꿈도 없어요? 꿈이야 당연히 있죠. 꿈을 내가 이루게 해준다니까. Yes, I'm your partner. You will make a lot of money. 당신 성공하게 해준다니까. 꿈이 꼭 성공이어야만 합니까? 사람이면 안 돼요.
I strongly resonate with that because many people assume that one's dream or one's definition of success has to equate to making a lot of money, or it should equate to a certain position or fame, and that's it. I believe that earning a lot of money is a good, very good byproduct actually, but it doesn't have to be the end goal. Like Dasan, I also feel misunderstood of my choices because my dream is different and my definition of success is different. Well, success for me is fulfilling my God-given purpose and my unique calling in life. Even though I do make a lot of money in the future but miss that, I'm still not successful. My dream also is to add value to other people's lives through my unique giftings, regardless of how much money I make. Although it would be very good to earn a ton from that, but even if I don't, I'd be okay because that's my dream. That's success for me. Just like Dasan, his dream was a person. His motto was follow your dream, not somebody else's or what society has dictated, but the dream that is uniquely yours. Moving on to the next lesson is Dasan's sweetheart, the female protagonist, CEO Sodalmi. Watching Sodalmi reminded me and even inspired me of learning being a lifestyle. For Dalmi, learning is a lifestyle. When she entered Sandbox, she became the CEO of Samsung Tech, but prior to that, she was working part-time jobs here and there, mainly because she did not have a college education. Before the hackathon pitch, the Samsung guys even doubted her because she was only a high school graduate. They were even saying that maybe one of us should do the pitch instead of her because we are college graduates and she isn't. However, Sodalmi proved them wrong because she nailed the pitch. She was an intentional learner, as you see her investing in buying books, studying and researching every night, throwing all of her questions, 400 questions to be exact, to their mentor Han Ji-pyong. She was observing how other CEOs and other companies do it. I also noticed that through her part-time job experiences, she's picked up a lot of relevant and valuable skills such as salesmanship and negotiation skills. It seemed to me that what she needed as a CEO, she's picked up from real life, real world experiences in the field. She actually inspired me to be diligent with personal study. 감사합니다, 대표님. Startup. The last lesson is from the man who started it all, So Jong-myung, Sodalmi and Soinja's father, who resigned from his full-time job to pursue starting his own business. What I learned from his character is the value of foresight in innovation. Before he died, he talked to Sodalmi that the reason he quit his job wasn't because his boss was hitting him. The reason that he quit his job, he said, is for him to prepare for a future where technology makes the world a better place. He was developing a website for food ordering and delivery. He pitched a business proposal to be later on developed as a mobile app. In the startup universe, this was around 1990s, before touchscreen mobile devices, was then the era of keypad phones. His character taught me that in entrepreneurship, there is a much needed hint of foresight and reading and analyzing of trends in the possible direction of the market. Thank you for listening and watching. I've especially enjoyed the Sandbox experience. I hope it could be an actual thing for entrepreneurs in real life, but as of now, let us keep the dream alive even without sandboxes catching us when we fall. Watching this drama, I felt that entrepreneurship has this ironic mix of risk-taking and precaution. I have to figure this out. There's no one-size-fits-all formula. That's why it's exciting. The possibilities are endless. If you're in for conversation, lifestyle, and teacherpreneurship content, you're very much welcome to our family here at WeLearn. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you gain value from today's content. This has been your learning companion. WeLearn, you never learn alone. See you next Wednesday!